Hello, today I'd like to teach you how to make a residual plot. Before you can make a residual plot, you have to make sure that you've already graphed the scatter plot and the least squares regression line for the data. If you need practice on doing those two skills, you're going to have to go back to my previous two videos to learn how to make a scatter plot and a least squares regression line. All right, once you have these on the screen and you have the line in y equals, what we're going to do now is make a residual plot. So to do that, you want to start by hitting second y equals and go to your stat plots. First, turn your scatter plot off by going over the off button and pressing enter. Now I'm going to shortcut to plot 2, and plot 2 will be my residual plot. So I'll turn plot 2 on by pressing enter on the on button. A residual plot is a type of scatter plot, so I leave it on scatter plot. And my last step is I need to change list 2, my Y list, so that it is graphing the residuals. To get the residuals, you're going to go to this button above stat called list. So press second stat. You're going to scroll down until you see the word residual. On my calculator, it's number 8. On your calculator, it might be number 7. I'm not sure, but mine is number 8. And you press enter. So now it has substituted my Y list to be the residuals. Press enter to lock that residual in. Okay, so just to make sure, I'm going to go to second Y equals. Plot 1 should be off. Plot 2 should be on. I'm using list 1 and my residuals. The last step is to hit zoom, number 9. And there's my residual plot. So a few important things about the residual plot. You have some points that are above the line and some points that are below the line. This line represents 0, or all the predicted values, and these are all of our actual values. So that distance between the actual value and the predicted value on the line would represent the residual. Any point above that line means that the actual value was above the predicted value, therefore it has a positive residual. Any point below that line is an actual value that was less than the predicted value, so it would have a negative residual. And finally, the shape of the residual plot is really important. If the points are all scattered like this, that means that the original data had a linear pattern or linear relationship. However, if this data was curved, for example, if it looked like an upside down U, or if it was curved like a U, or had any pattern with an obvious curve, it would mean that the original data did not have a linear relationship to begin with. Okay, so that was my tutorial on creating a residual plot. And just remember, in order to make this residual plot, you had to have the data in list 1 and list 2 to begin with. And you also had to already make sure that you have the linear equation in the y equals. So if you need tutorials on those, go back to my previous video. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave me a question in comments and I'll do my best to answer. Thanks.